I am reaching out at this time because I am being guided to do so. I have been in a situation or position where I am navigating and through another spiritual threshold of mine. I spoke in some previous videos about chosen ones and those that have a divine calling, and what it is that we might go through that may be way different than what others essentially go through that do not have a divine calling over their life. I also spoke about how when you do make the choice to be all in to different degrees for all of us, that chaos ensues within your life in order to dismantle whatever structures or whatever that is not aligned with your mission and aligned with your inner being any longer, right? And so it's a journey and it's a path, and we all have to walk it and navigate it to whatever degrees. And so I make a lot of videos for the chosen ones and for those that have a divine calling, as I'm guided to do so, whatever downloads that channel through me. But I'm also walking this journey, and I'm also going through my own trials and tribulations and things that I experience as I continue to navigate my own gifts, and I continue to, bestow these downloads in order to give to others. So I've been going through a situation with myself that has been unideal, chaotic. Chaos did ensue within my life, that called for me being all in with my journey and my path, right? And sometimes you never know where your spirit team, where your higher self is going to take you, but it's all essentially to build your character or to help you to expand, on these spiritual levels and to vibrate and raise your frequency. So the journey looks different for everyone. So me, I found myself in a position where I had to leave a lot of things behind. I had to let go of a lot of things. And I spoke in another video about how it all ensued, like how all the chaos and everything came crumbling down. And sometimes it's just like one thing after another, and it doesn't look good, in the beginning stages, and it doesn't feel good in the beginning stages. So I wound up being in a position where I was like without a home and without finances, and just navigating and finding a way to still continue to hold it all together and still go through these trials and tribulations. By no means is it something that is finite, right? It's something that is definitely temporary, just something that my spiritual team has been taking me through. I was able to find someone for the time being that lets me come to their space, and like I'm able to like take showers, and I'm able to like wash my clothing that I have when I need to. But it's not an environment that I can stay within. So right now I'm in this space right now, like, I'm here and was able to shower just to take care of myself, the necessities. But before that, I was like just navigating to the best of my ability, and I was like doing a laundry room situation, and sleeping in the laundry room, and just not to be outdoors, just a lot. I spoke about it in another video. I'm being guided to make this video now because, for one, my spiritual team is working on me when it comes to pride and when it comes to shame. And my story is not one that is shameful, but I am someone that carries an immense amount of pride to certain degrees. And that's just mainly because I know who I am and I know my worth. In no way does anything that I go through diminish my character or diminish me as a person or anything like that. I'm able to navigate and always keep my mental constitution and my mental fortitude very high. And that's just because my vibration is naturally high, and I'm someone who knows who they are. That being said, this experience that I've been going through has been teaching me a lot, and it's been helping me to navigate different dimensions of myself. as being a woman is not something pleasant, something that I would ever want to go through, that I would have liked to go through. And I realized that the old identity structure of myself was kicking and screaming the whole way through the whole process because of that pride. So I haven't really created a lot of videos around what it is I've been experiencing or anything pertaining to this because, like I said, there is a sense of pride within me and also a sense of shame. And to honor myself and honor my journey, because there is no shame that should be experienced from this, I am creating this video and I am reaching out to others only in the sense that the way I have been navigating for the time being lately has not been, it's been conducive to most parts, but now it's getting to a point where it's not very conducive for me, and it's causing me to reach out to some degree, right? Because even though I have a place where I could come and I can shower and I can wash my clothing, I have very bare minimum clothing that I have, because when I was navigating the way I was navigating before I found a person that was willing to help me in this particular manner, my luggage was stolen. My luggage with all of my belongings and my clothing and everything was stolen. So I only had a backpack with me that had a couple of shirts within it, you know, and just like a couple of like toiletries, like soap and, you know, a washcloth, just things of that nature. And so I've been still trying to navigate with everything that's been going on, and it just hasn't been the most ideal, right? So I never wanted to involve anyone because I'm not the type to ask for things or to look for things from others. But like I said, I'm being worked on when it comes to my pride and this part of myself where whatever residuals of shame needs to be demolished. And so that is why I am, you know, making this video. You know, it's a little hard, but it's not as hard as it probably was a couple weeks ago, which is good. And so anyone that is willing to assist me with any donations or offerings at this time, just to help me like with essential things, you know, I would like to just maybe go and buy some new pants, or, you know, I'm washing and wearing the same ones and they're getting overworn. Just little simple things. And it's like this whole process has been insane for me, because I get that it's temporary. I do get that it's helping me to encompass different aspects of myself spiritually. It's definitely strengthening me on many different levels. You know, it's definitely assisting with that, and I am grateful for it, because at first I was just so upset and I did not see the benefits of what I was experiencing. Like I said, this is temporary because I'm still navigating and doing what I need to do and trying to cultivate and create everything that I need to for myself. But I'm recognizing that it is not shameful to ask for assistance when you need it, you know, and that's what this video is about. So for anyone else that feels shame when it comes to their journey or anything that you're experiencing, my spiritual team and, you know, are teaching me as well that it is not shameful to ask for assistance when you actually need it, right? We have to be willing to kill that unhealthy pride and ego. And the identity structure that was created within the matrix, that was formulated within the matrix as an extension of me, is what has been being dismantled as well, so that the true essence and array of who I really am can just continue to flourish. Like I said, these things do not diminish us, you know, the aspects of our journey, but sometimes we allow it to because of all of the noise of the outside world and the particular programs and indoctrinations. And I feel like I'm sweating. And I feel like that's where some of that comes from, you know, for me as well, just an ingrained type of thing that you don't even realize sometimes. So anyway, anyone that is willing to make any donations at this time, whatever you can donate, just to help me to like navigate, maybe purchase some new clothing for myself, help me like to just do what it is I need to do. Because another thing is, my website with my business has been shut down because I have not been able to make the necessary payments. So a lot of people can't even reach me through my offerings and my business and my website because of that. So I would really love to get my website back on so that I could have a means of people to reach me and, you know, purchase my services, you know. And I do a lot of energetic field work, a lot of energetic clearing, and, you know, also too, because I don't want this to be a thing where I'm just asking for something and just taking from people. Although I do make this content, and I make content that is that where I get channels and downloads. And if you find any of my content inspires you, or that it assists you in any way energetically, I would appreciate if there was any offering that you could provide, just anything at this time, just to assist me with continuing to navigate. So you know, until I get out of this process and get to the next step of my threshold and my journey, right? And also to look out for another video of mine on my page that I'm also offering services where I do signal decoding and dream interpretation. So if you're someone that you are looping in particular habitual patterns, you find yourself looping in particular habitual patterns, or you feel that you are having any type of psychic interference or distortion or anything of that nature, right? One of my signal decoding scroll, which is just me sending you a channel download or text of everything that is being seen within your energetic field, so that you can, you know, fully navigate that and, you know, fully navigate and just know how to basically dismantle that or get out of those looping programs or habitual patterns. And then I also have another service that I do, which is dream decoding interpretation. So if you have like any fragmented dreams or anything, because, you know, our dreams are powerful, you know, and sometimes we overlook it, and your dreams are really, you know, they tell you everything you need to know about what's going on within your field, or what's happening within you, or what's coming to you. Just it lets you know everything. Dreams are very powerful. And so I do a dream interpretation as well, where I do channel downloads, like, right? So a lot of my content is me doing energetic field work for others, you know, and I do get direct downloads and channels. So just look out for that. You know, if that's also a way in which you want to give an offering, you can purchase, you know, you could purchase one of my dream decodings or one of my signal decodings, but you can look at the video so that it breaks it down exactly what will be done for you and whatnot, you know. But yes, at this time, I would greatly appreciate anything that anyone is willing to offer just to assist me with further navigating this situation and just, you know, getting out of this situation. I mean, I'm going to get out of this situation, period. You know, I'm going through the process of it. Like I said, I'm learning and I'm cultivating within it. But it's just like, it's already crazy to be going through something that is totally unideal, and then to have little chaotic things happen to you that just throws a monkey wrench in your game is like really off-putting, right? So somebody's stealing my luggage and all of the belongings that I'm carrying with me, that I'm utilizing, it, they have no idea what the hell I'm going through, you know, and I'm sure they probably was better way off than me, you know. But just like little things like that, you know. And I'm going to make another video to talk about essentially what this process of this journey has been teaching me and giving to me as well, because like I said, at first the ego structure and the old identity that was an extension of me, that was formulated within the matrix, was just so upset at first about it. But I started seeing the benefits of the situation that I've been going through, and it's been helping me to navigate and learn and go into these deeper layers of myself. And I've also learned that I'm someone that loves to be outdoors. You know, I love being outdoors and just being amongst nature. I think I have like a bit of a fairy spirit, and it's helped me to tap more into my psychic capabilities and more into these spiritual multi-dimensional gifts that I already carry. It's been helping me to navigate and strengthen them more, and it's also been helping me, like I said, to dismantle the old identity and to rebirth new, the full layers of who I am underneath that old identity. So it's been very much helpful in terms of these things. But the whole navigating of like the physical stuff, and because at one point, it was like really rough, and I get to this point where I'm like sleeping on the laundry table, and just those type of things are the things that make me upset. That will make you upset because you're like, why am I going through this at this time, at this day? Like the ego will say these things and tell you these things. So anyway, these things we go through are temporary. It's not something that is like lasting, and I do get the concept of that, and most of us do. But sometimes when you're going through it, you just have that anger, or because the unpleasant is the unpleasant, right? And we don't like to go through things that are unpleasant. So in some terms as well, in some ways as well, this has also been helping me with patience, because I'm someone that I haven't always been like a very patient person. Like I always excel fast. I always move fast, and my mind is like that, my energy is like that. I'm always ascending fast spiritually, and sometimes you don't realize that it takes a while for the physical to catch up with the spiritual, because everything in the spiritual and the energetic realms moves way faster than in the physical realms, right? And so sometimes you don't realize that it takes a while for the physical aspect or manifestation to catch up with the spiritual aspect of you that has already conquered all of the nonsense, right? So that's another part where it has been teaching me patience, but I'm almost done with this situation. That's how I formulate it in my mind. But so yes, I'll make another video talking about all of the spiritual attributes and and maybe go into more detail about my experience. Like I said, don't be ashamed of your experience or whatever you're navigating, because most of the time that stuff comes from what we think society thinks about us, or what we feel society thinks about us, and that ish needs to be dismantled as well, because it's not about what anybody else thinks about you. You are on your own path. You are in your own 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? You are in your own shoes, and it's your journey and your path, and it's not going to look like anybody else's. And you don't know where, matter of fact, no, where it's taking you and where you're headed, right? But everybody else ain't going to get the picture of that. And sometimes, yes, you're not even going to get the picture sometimes, when you're going through the unideal things. But everything has its moments in life, and this is just what it is, or what it entails. So let's dismantle all the shame aspects of what we feel when we are going through things that are maybe different than others, and then also asking for things. I don't know if anybody else has that issue, because my spiritual team has been showing me that I am worthy of whatever offerings, or I'm worthy of receiving, because I do a lot of work,